Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Dakota, and this is the start of my tutorial series on how to program games, programs, all sorts of things on your graphing calculator. So this graphing calculator that I have right here, as you can see, is the TI-84 Plus, but this will work on the 83 Plus, the 84 Plus CE, and many others of that graphing calculator family. Things will be a little bit different. If you have the CE, you'll be able to do colors. But the same basic programming language applies to all of them. It is the TI basic language, and that's what I'm going to be teaching you how to use today. So we're going to start out very basic, opening our first program. So we're going to hit this program button right here, and when I hit that button, it opens up this menu. And as you can see, I have many programs here. You can scroll through them with the up and down keys. And I will go into what all these programs are at a later date, but for now we're going to scroll over and hit New. So we'll go New, and we'll press the Enter button right here, and that will ask us for the program's name. Now you can press Alpha each time to get to the letters. As you can see there, the green letters above many of the buttons, or if you press Second and then Alpha, it'll do Alpha Lock, which means it'll keep doing the green even after you don't have to press that every time. So you can only have 8 characters for your name. So this one we will just call First. Just like that. And you can hit Enter when you are done. Now this brings you up to your programming screen. You're going to spend a lot of time here. At the top you can see the name of the program. Here you have one single line, and every line will start with one of these colons. Now if I hit Enter, you can see now I have 2 lines, 3 and 4, and I can press Delete, or rather, well, yes, we will go into that in a moment. You can never have more than one or less than one at the end, so if you go up here you can press Delete to delete some of them, but you can't delete the last one, nor can I delete the last one here. So this program here, we're going to make to do the quadratic formula. Now, I'm going to go over each programming tool that I use as I come to it, and I'll explain them in detail. So, where you'll find all of your programming tools, or at least most of the ones that we'll be using at the beginning, is in this program menu again. So now if we hit it, we get 3 menus. The first has a list of basic commands. The second is input-output things, and the third one allows us to execute a sub-program within this program. But we're going to stay here. So we'll actually go to the input-output, and we'll click Input, and we can either press number 1 or select it as it is now and hit Enter, and it will come up. So now we have input. Now the syntax for this is input, and we have to pick a variable. So I'm going to pick A. So I press Alpha, and then the math button here, which has the A above it. And now we have input A. To exit out of a program at any time, you press Second, and then the Mode button, which has Quit above it in blue, and it'll quit you back to your main screen. To then run it, we go back to the program menu, scroll down until we see First, or hit the 4 key since it is 4, hit Enter, and hit Enter again to run it. And we notice now it comes up with a question mark. Now whatever I put in, a value, I'll put in 8 and hit Enter. Now the program is finished. But it is now stored 8 as the variable A, because each letter, A through Z and theta down here, can have a value stored to it, a numerical value, from negative as big as you want, we'll say negative infinity, to positive as big as you want, and can have fractions, decimals, all sorts of things. Now, if I go alpha A, we can see that A is indeed 8, so it has stored that value. Currently, this doesn't do a whole lot for us. So now I'm going to go over to the Edit tab, and now we'll go down to 4 and hit it, and it brings us back to this screen. So input is great. But there's a command that if you're going to do multiple things, as all of you know, I'm sure, the quadratic formula has 3 things, A, B, and C, and it makes this a lot quicker. So I'm going to delete all this, and I'm going to hit Program again, go over to I/O, and now I'm going to go to number 2, which is prompt. Now I can give it 3 values. A, press the comma, B, comma, C. And we'll quit out of this to see what it does. Now if we once again run this program, now it will ask us specifically for what A is. We hit enter. Now it asks us for B and asks us for C. And then it is done. And we could go and see that all of those values, or all of the variables, have the values that we just set them to. At the moment, this isn't particularly helpful, but we are almost done. So we will go here. Now at the end of this, we'll hit enter. That will give us a new line. And we're just going to have 2 more lines to this program. It's very simple. We're going to go to Program, over to Display, hit enter. Now display can do 2 things. It can either display the value of a variable or expression, such as if I did display A, it would just show me and output the value of A. Or if you put it in quotations by going alpha and hitting the plus key here with the quotations, you can actually put letters, as I'm showing you here, using the same alpha and then pressing it, and the quotations, and then it will output that whatever is in the quotations as you see it, instead of, if I didn't have quotations like this, it would take the value of C, multiply it by the value of O, multiply it by O, multiply it by L, and display that value. But that's not what we want. What we want is the quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula has 2 roots. There's the plus and the minus. We will have to do a separate display command for each one. So, x equals negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over, so I will put this whole thing in parentheses using second insert and then typing a parenthesis, all over 2a. Again in parentheses, 2a. Enter. On the second line, we will do the exact same thing again. Display, opening parentheses, negative b, minus, this time, the square root of b squared minus 4ac, end parentheses, and in fact, there needs to be another parenthesis here because the way it does the way it does the square root, you'll notice, is it opens a parenthesis. So 1, 2 opening parentheses, 1, 2 closing. That's important. So end parenthesis, all over 2a, end parenthesis. And you're done. If we quit out, and we can either go here and run it from there again, or we can simply hit enter to run the previous program. So with a simple quadratic such as x squared plus 4x plus 4, so 1, 4, 4, it will tell us that the roots are negative 2 and negative 2. And you can test this with any crazy quadratic and get your 2 roots.